No, that
I
is
can
okay.
tell. Hmm.
Indians anyway speak in Indianized version of English. We have our own accent. Accent is totally different. Just by adopting British accent or American accent doesn't make us good speakers. Good speaker is somebody who is right with his grammar, right with the use of vocabulary, and right with the pronunciation. These three things matter.
You're
Accent
absolutely
is a
right.
superficial thing. It's different. Like Australian people will speak English in their own way. American people have entirely different accent. Indian people have different accent. We do not need to adopt their accent. Now, let's take for example, if there is someone who is very good with the accent, but whatever he's speaking is grammatically incorrect, or he's not using the vocabulary properly, only by accent he will not become a good speaker. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I agree
So
with that.
your aim should be to learn the basics and to be able to speak the language properly, not to adopt some accent. Car has four wheels, so if you're learning any language, you have to learn four aspects: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. These are
Hmm.
the four pillars on which any language stands. The first of all, your basics should be clear as in terms of your grammar. If your grammar is correct, you will be able to form the sentences. Now, in grammar, the basic thing that you have to learn is how to form sentences, which is pretty good in your case. Like you are forming correct sentences. I don't feel that you require a lot of improvement in terms of your grammar skills as of now, of this 10 minutes interaction that I've had with you. Second, when you're forming sentences, the rules are the grammar and the words are your vocabulary. Second thing is your vocabulary. So, grammar should be in place and you should know what words to use where to form correct sentences. Sometimes people have vocabulary, but they just mug up the meaning of the words, but they don't know like the right context in which you have to use the word. So, that
Hmm.
also you need to know, like what part of the speech is this word. Is it a verb, adjective, noun, adverb, how it is to be used, what is the correct context in which you have to use a particular word. So if
Hmm.
these two things you nail, then comes your pronunciation and figurative expressions and idioms. So it is like a step by step learning. So if your basics are correct, you're intact with your basics, then you can start working on advanced vocabulary, advanced expressions, how to become better, in your delivery. Then third, last also comes your non-verbal because communication is not English language. English language is a medium of communication. Now, how you're delivering, what tone to use, what non-verbal expressions to use. We do a lot of communication through our gestures also,
Hmm.
right? So a good speaker is like a complete package. So that you will learn step by step. Like we solve any equation in mathematics, we always have like step by step procedure to it. You can't
Hmm.
learn or get the answer on the very first go. Yeah.
No, I don't know. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But I think having good accent, having a accent in your life, so maybe you can interact with like another countries as well, like British or American. They have a good accent because they are native speakers. So
So they're native speaker. Of course, native speakers will have an edge over anybody who's speaking the language not as a native speaker. But Indians are very good with their English because we have had a colonial, history. So English was something that was taught in our schools. We were always used to listening to English, if not speaking. So English is not a completely alien language for us.
but
That's
I
why
think
you see a lot of Indians like Mr. Shashi Tharoor, he's better than the native speakers.
yeah, I agree with that. But ma'am, I think that it is a rocket science for us. Like it is not hard to crack for us because we do not have environment and we
Yeah,
didn't have. And
yes,
without environment, how can you learn? You
absolutely
can't do
correct.
anything because without environment, you can't do anything. Even though you have been living in your like at your place, like native place, you can't do without environment.
Yes.
So that's why I have been struggling a lot to
Hmm.
speak English language properly. So if it's been 3 months, I have been talking to people like here on English.
No, that is okay. But when we are learning, we need to learn the language as a whole. We can't leave one aspect of language. What's the point of leaving one aspect? If we can improve on our pronunciation, then why not? That will give us an edge. Otherwise, you're communicating properly. See, you're communicating properly, but there is just one or two places where you require improvement. And I think one should be flexible enough to accept that where they require the improvement. Otherwise, if the mindset is so rigid that I don't require improvement, how will you learn? So that is what. So if you are really enthusiastic, then what you can do is be consistent here, talk to your tutors, because I do understand that you are hinting at the at a reality that you don't have a lot of people around you with whom you can interact in English. So at least invest your 20-25 minutes every day. Consistency is the key, because the more you will practice with the tutors, the better you will get. So if you don't have that kind of an environment, as you are suggesting me, that I don't come from that kind of an environment, that I don't have, people around me with whom I can interact in English that much, then invest your time here, talk to the tutors, record yourself, talk about random topics, record yourself, listen to your recordings, whatever new words you are listening, use those words while you are having conversation with the tutors. Then you can switch over to English news channels, you can switch over to English web series, English movies, English podcasts. Even all those things are like, they look very small, but they have a huge impact on our learning graph.
Hmm.
So in this way, you will be able to actually reach that point where you are, uh, in line with being a good orator or a speaker.
You're absolutely right, man.
And I
So,
think you must be doing all these practices also, because you've already taken more than 40 lessons here.
no, I don't write, ma'am. I don't like to write any stories. But tutor, they have been suggesting me a lot. Service, you must write something, whatever you like to write. And
Hmm.
yeah, writing as well speaking part. I
Yeah.
think both are is the most important thing to learn any language. They have been suggesting me a lot. So,
Yes.
but I think I don't like to write, so I don't know. But I read books, like moral story. I have a lot of books like this, man.
Okay. Very
Yeah, I
good.
read a lot. Sometime I read whenever I get free time. So
Hmm.
just I did for I told you already for vocabulary due to my I do not have I didn't have a good schooling in English
Hmm.
medium. Just I was totally Hindi medium. Total Hindi. You can
Hmm.
say I quit my preparation, so I was preparing for government job. UPPCJ. So my whole syllabus was in Hindi.
Hmm.
So that's why I wasn't able to improve my
No,
communication
but
skills.
considering all those factors which you are telling me, your English is not that bad. At least you're able to form sentences. That means that you've worked really hard on yourself, because it doesn't seem like you're a beginner level speaker. Of course, there are pronunciation errors, which is the influence of mother tongue, but you're able to form sentences. You know how to form sentences. I've been with learners who don't even know how to form sentences. They can't articulate even a single sentence. So you should be happy with your growth, and you should actually congratulate yourself. Coming from a
Oh,
totally Hindi medium background, your English is not that bad. At least you're able to convey whatever you want to say.
yeah, ma'am.
Yes. So that
But
shows that you've worked really hard on yourself.
yeah, it's been 2 years. I have been talking to people and watching video in English language, even though
Hmm.
I didn't feel well. So I used to watch a lot. I used to read a lot of book, like moral stories books, so that I can learn a lot
Hmm.
about English. And I got a chance to when I came here in Prayagraj city. You can say it's been 2 years. That time, ma'am, I didn't have knowledge about English language, so I had a friend, so he knew how to speak English language very well. Oh,
Hmm.
oh my God, his pronunciation, and ma'am, he used to speak very fast,
Hmm.
like a native speaker. So then I got astonished him, and I just one day I went to him and I asked him, sir, please, can you tell me how can I speak like you in English? Like I want to learn English language. And then he told me, service you have to do that you already told me about, like
Hmm.
reading, speaking, writing, like all those things he told me that time. So that's why I have been doing a lot.
Hmm. Yeah. So I'm glad that you're already there on the right track. So congratulate you for yourself for that. And see, this is something which will happen gradually. You can't be a good speaker in one day. So consistency and practice is something which will take you there. See, you've been working on yourself for the past 2 years, and in 2 years you've reached a point where you're able to articulate your ideas into sentences. Now eventually, like slowly, you will also reach a point where you will be using the right vocabulary because you've been speaking in a particular fashion. So to unlearn that and to relearn the new words again, time is required. So some amount, just be consistent. That is what I tell all the learners. You have to keep practicing. So if you don't have anybody around you with whom you can talk in English, maybe you can start recording yourself. Take up any topic. Like today we have a match. Just just talk about the match. Let's say in 5 sentences. Or yesterday, since yesterday we've been having this war going on. Just talk about that in English for 5 minutes and record yourself. So try to talk about anything in the day. But the thing is that you need to use this English as your common medium of expression. And of course, with tutors, you're going to speak. Like, let's do this role play. Have you been following this news?
No,
No?
no, I don't.
Okay. Are you a fan of cricket? Do you know which match we'll
Sometime,
have in the evening?
sometime I watch, ma'am. It's been couple of years I don't watch.
Okay, so any topic of your choice. What do you want to talk about? I want you to form 5 to 6 correct sentences on that topic. Maybe your hobby.
Yeah, I think there are five. There are a few hobbies, which
Hmm.
is very. I can say.
Now you can say there are a few hobbies. Why? Because few is a negative sentence. There are few hobbies means there are not many hobbies. There are a few hobbies means I have a few hobbies, like 2, 3 hobbies are there. So a little, a few is used in positive sense, and few and little is used in negative sense. Like if I say there is little milk in the fridge, that means we need to get more milk. There is not much milk. There is a little milk means it's a positive sense that right now we don't go need to go shopping immediately, we do have a little milk. Yeah.
Hmm. You're absolutely right, man.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, so
watch a lot.
let's do a role play. So let's assume that I'm somebody meeting you for the first time, so I'm asking you, hi Sarvesh, how are you?
Hi, ma'am. I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm absolutely fine, thank you for asking. So Sarvesh, tell me about yourself, your hobbies.
Okay, ma'am. So this is Sarvesh Kumar, and I am belong to Prayagraj. And if I talk about my hobbies, so there are a few hobbies like reading books, playing cricket, and watching content English language. So these are my hobbies, and I think it's been a couple of months I have been learning English. So I think you can add here English language as well.
You can
Add in my hobbies.
add.
Yeah,
Now
I
see, when you're not pronouncing a word properly, what is happening is that miscommunication happens because the
yeah,
listener does not understand what you're trying to say. That's why pronunciation is important. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's
I
not
do
with
mix.
accent, but if you're not able to pronounce certain words properly, the listener will not be able to extract out the meaning from your sentences. Yeah.
Hmm. You can say, ma'am, you can say it's been couple of days. Again, I started using this platform, and you can say apart from that, it's been 1 month. I wasn't practicing here. Due
Hmm.
to some circumstances, my father he called me, so that's why I went with there, and I was totally occupied there.
Hmm.
I didn't have chance to book session
Hmm. Book
to talk
session.
book session.
Session. One word is sir, the other word is sure. So wherever you have double S or SH, it is sure. Like permission, submission, session.
I think I do a lot of mistake.
No. This pronunciation error is very common from people in this belt, like UP, Bihar, this belt. All these people have a very strong MTI, mother tongue influence. So they have a problem with z, j, s, sh, all these sounds. So my learners, what they do is they write down these words in which they have a pronunciation error and they do the mirror exercise. Every day they practice pronunciation of these words. in front of
Mm,
a mirror. So you have to start to note down these words.
definitely, I'm gonna do, man.
Yes.
And I don't know. I told you that without environment, just I do talk to people. I talk to them in Hindi language whole day.
Hmm.
Whenever I go outside near the Ganga, and so there, I talk
Oh,
to
you're
them.
blessed to be staying near Gangaji.
Yeah.
Pay my
Oh my God.
homage to Gangaji, huh? When you
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
Pray
Just
on
one
my
kilometer.
behalf also.
Just 1 kilometer far from here.
Yeah.
And just it's been a couple of days. Mahakumbh was going on.
Hmm.
So people there, they were taking bath, they were worshipping, they were enjoying their life into the rivers. Oh my God, it was so remarkable,
Yes.
magnificent. I said that wonderful things they they were doing there.
It
Sometime I
is
used
it
to go
is
there.
surreal. Actually, we watch it.